Well, hey there, YouTube. This is Joel from Average Joel's Garage. Today we're putting in one of these. This is a starter, and I have to warn you, this job can be a pain in the neck. I have spent hours literally looking for videos online on how to do this correctly. So without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, now the first thing we got to do is actually take the battery out. So let me switch this view. The battery sits here. If you don't know how to disconnect a battery, we got bigger problems, because honestly, I have to put this back together. I'll do another video when it's all back and normal, but this is the terminal. The other terminal's here for the battery, okay? So here's what you need to do. You take the battery out. The air box has 3 screws. So this sits like right here. Okay, this is the battery's piece. You want to take that out just to get it out of your way. And we're also doing the temperature sensor, different video, but just so you guys know. That's why the temperature sensor's out. So, the air box, this guy right here, this has 3 bolts in there. That hidden bolt on the bottom, pain in the neck to get to. Just because you don't see it and you're wiggling it around, you want to get this thing off. So take this thing out. Okay, and that box is a 10 millimeter. That's what this is. 10 millimeters also for the battery terminal. So 10 millimeter and 10 millimeter. Now, next part is crucial. You will need an extension because the bolt you are after. I'm going to turn on this flashlight to show you. Is actually... I'm having a hard time getting to it just so you guys can see. Let's see if you can see it. Right there. Okay, let's see if we can get that. Okay, so if you follow my finger, that bolt that I've got the light on right here, that bolt, you see that? That's the bolt you need to get to. That's a 14 millimeter. It's way underneath there. It's underneath the air system. See how you can get to it? You can put right here, your extension, and you place your extension down like this. Sorry, let me back up. Take your extension low like that, slide it all the way, touch the bolt. I'm actually on it right now. Then you want to take a ratchet and stick a ratchet on there. And then you're going to want to loosen it. So best way to loosen this guy is with what I have is a ghetto breaker bar. This is just simply 3/4 inch pipe, black pipe. You can get this for cheap over there at the Home Depot or whatever. You stick it on your ratchet. Look at that. It's perfect. And you would just break this loose down like that. I just put this in, so it's done. And then you just take that off. So that's the first one. Again, like I said, it's 14 millimeter. Now, the next one is kind of a pain. That's why I have the lights. I took the radiator fan out. The radiator fan is this one here, and this one here. And then from the below, you got to do one right here and another right over here. You want to take that out. I would do this. That's easy. These connectors right here are on the top of the radiator fan. There's 1 and there's 2. Take those guys out. You can wriggle it out and give yourself some more room. Then you need to loosen this hose clamp. This is going to make a mess if you do it this way, because you can clog this if you want, but these hoses get in the way, and that's what I've been fighting with this whole time. So I'm trying to save you guys some trouble. If you want to go, it's easier to take it from the top, bring it down this way, and set it right here. If you didn't know, this guy is your starter. Now, the other bolt that you're after to get the starter off is right here. This guy right there. So I back out of the engine bay so you can see where it's at. Okay, good. That's also a 14 millimeter. So that will get you the starter loose, but not disconnected. So let's go down below where it's a mess. I'm like out of breath here. So underneath the car, you will need to see this right here? This is where your oil filter was. Take it off. And then you can see your starter. You can look. So I can give you a good angle right there. This is your starter. Okay, this stupid hose right here is in the way to see everything. So let's see if we can maneuver around a little bit. Backing up a little bit farther. Right. See if I can get it for you. It's not easy to do, guys, but I hope you guys can find this quickly. Okay, so if you look for my finger again, oh, we can't do it that way. Sorry, there's all this light everywhere because you can't see this well if you don't have light. But there are two connectors. So there's a connector right here. If you look beyond my finger, see that little black? Gotta take that guy out. And then the starter itself, there's a connector on the bottom. There's an actual nut. And that's right next to it, which is straight up here. See that? See this connector right here? Right past it, there's a little nut. And all that is just holding all the wires in place. And here's the nut. So this just goes on that. You take those two off. If you want to go through the bottom, you can. But it is a pain to wriggle it through this section right here. Okay, and that's how you would get that out. So let me move. It is also worth noting that there is this little water splash guard. These are 10mm bolts to get all those off, and I would strongly recommend you do, because that makes this job a little easier. So let me see if I can give you a little bit more view. One more time. So right here. Well, that's better. I moved the light for you guys, so you're welcome. So if you can see where my finger is, the blue wiggle finger, that's, you got to disconnect that guy. And then right here is that nut. This is where the nut goes on this copper base. So somewhere around here, I got to find it now. Somewhere I have a wire. Oh, there it is. This is my wiring harness. So these two pieces, this goes in, this clips in there. Let's see if I can do it right now. And then this one here, you open this little cap, and then this sets on that bolt, and then you just tighten that nut. So you stick this underneath here, like that, and then you tighten that nut. And then that clip, this other one, it's probably easier to do the connector first. And now, of course, it's stuck. There you go. So I'm going to clip those on because you need one hand, and I need my left one specifically. But let's put those on real quick. By the way, to tighten that nut, you need to use a 13mm for the one that is the electrical supply. And if you can, get yourself like a 6 or 8 inch extension so you can just twist this sucker on. It's almost on all the way. Well, it'll be on the way. You just need to snug it with the socket. So that's on. Now I'm going to get the socket on there. I said socket. I meant ratchet. I got a ratchet now. So we're going to ratchet this sucker. This extension, I think, is like a 8, 9 inch. Tighten it. And then take this part out. That part is done. So now I've actually put the starter all the way back in. Now, in case you missed it, it's an oil filter. You're just going to take this guy and just slide him right up here like that. Give him a nice twist. Why is that white on there? Let's take that back down. Make sure nothing got on there. Huh, just reflection of light. Okay. You got to check these things. This is your car, man. All right, so spin it all the way on. Get it like tight like this, and that's it. I mean, you're not trying to like keep monkeys out of there or something. And now up to the top, we have this in. We're good to go. Okay, so this is all nice and cleaned off. Obviously, my car is not ready to drive at this moment, so we're looking at the engine block or the this engine compartment, and we have taken the starter bolt 1, 2. I've shown you where both of those are, and those connections. If you didn't know what the starter looked like, again, that's it when it comes out. I bought one used on eBay for like 40 bucks just to rebuild, so I can do that rebuild video to show you guys. If you see these vents, remember I told you guys about the vents I made in a previous video? Those are holding nicely, no problems. They're not perfectly permanently stuck. If I had to remove them, I could, but they're doing their job. So because I don't have a radiator or anything else, I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest of this car back together. Let me get the air box. Actually, I took the air box out because I'm doing a different video on this temperature sending unit, which I've been having a problem with. And I'm not sure why I'm not getting anything from it. So, different video, we're gonna go through that. But let me put this guy back together, and we'll see if we can start her up. Well, as they say, here's the moment of truth with the starter. Awesome. There it is, guys. The starter works. This is actually the 15th time I've used the starter, and everything is going fine. So call that rebuild a success. Thanks again, guys. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.